one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this is before the whole
This is,
takeover.
this.
And I don't think Suge was smart enough to,
Yeah.
I don't think he was smart enough to know what he had.
From Jay-Z impregnating his biggest op, Nas's baby mama, to Future and Bow Wow navigating their beef and co-parenting with Joey Chavez, these weren't just love triangles. These were beefs that changed rap forever. But what really happened behind closed doors? Future and Bow Wow, the Joey Chavez saga. In the glittering world of hip-hop romance, few entanglements have sparked as much online commentary and speculation as the situation involving Future, Bow Wow, and fitness entrepreneur Joey Chavez. The story begins with Bow Wow and Joey Chavez's relationship, which started around 2010, blossoming into one of the rapper's longest romantic commitments. By April 2011, their union had produced a daughter, Shay Moss, cementing their bond as a family unit. For approximately 7 years, they navigated the complexities of an on-again, off-again relationship under the unforgiving spotlight of celebrity scrutiny. However, by 2017, the relationship had run its course, with Chavez later reflecting that she had dropped Bow Wow for cheating, emphasizing her unwavering standards when it came to matters of loyalty and respect. What happened next set the stage for years of speculation and shade. By September 2017, mere months after her split from Bow Wow, videos began circulating online showing Future and Chavez sharing intimate moments at her birthday celebration, where the Atlanta rapper reportedly gifted her an expensive Rolex watch. The optics were particularly striking given Future's previous romantic history. He had dated another of Bow Wow's ex-girlfriends, Ciara, with whom he shares a son, Future Zahir Wilburn, born in 2014. Bow Wow's reaction came swiftly via Twitter, with a thinly veiled jab. Had your girl in the islands and you ain't even know it, but she kissing you with the same mouth. Never mind, ha ha ha, sucker. The tweet was widely interpreted as a direct shot at Future, suggesting that he had been intimate with Chavez while she was still involved with Bow Wow. The situation was made even more complex by the overlapping romantic histories. Future's relationship with Ciara had ended acrimoniously, and now he appeared to be dating yet another woman from Bow Wow's past. The tension reached a physical breaking point in March 2018, when Bow Wow was attacked backstage at a venue by up-and-coming rapper Cheeks Bossman. Grainy footage captured the moment when Bossman, shouting about that Future side, delivered a punch that caught Bow Wow off guard. Bow Wow responded on social media, calling it a sucker punch and downplaying any injuries, while Bossman claimed the altercation stemmed from Bow Wow running his mouth about Future's relationship with Chavez. The incident became immediate fodder for hip-hop gossip sites and social media discussion forums, with many viewing it as evidence that the beef was more serious than the parties involved were letting on. But the drama didn't end there. In August 2019, 50 Cent amplified the narrative during a playful Instagram exchange with Bow Wow, claiming Future took all of them, in reference to Bow Wow's ex-girlfriends. The comment, made in jest during promotion for 50 Cent's show Power, nonetheless reignited public discussion about the love triangle. Bow Wow laughed it off, calling 50 thirst-trapping, keeping the tone light rather than allowing it to escalate into genuine hostility. By December 2018, Future and Chavez had welcomed their son, Hendrix Wilburn, adding another layer of permanence to their relationship. However, the union proved to be short-lived in romantic terms, though they continued co-parenting their son. Chavez went on to have a third child with NFL player Trevon Diggs in August 2024, bringing her total to 3 children with 3 high-profile fathers. Fast forward to 2025, and Chavez has become increasingly vocal about the challenges of single motherhood, stating in interviews and social media lives that she receives no child support from any of her children's fathers because she doesn't need the help. She has addressed the exhaustion of raising 3 children largely alone, while also pushing back against societal double standards that judge women with multiple baby daddies far more harshly than men with multiple baby mamas. Bow Wow, for his part, has described their co-parenting relationship as amicable, calling Chavez "my dog" and voluntarily sending $1,000 monthly, though he's not court-ordered to do so. What's particularly fascinating about this situation is how it reflects broader conversations about gender dynamics in hip-hop culture. While Future has fathered children with multiple women and faces relatively little public criticism, Chavez has been subjected to intense scrutiny and judgment. She's addressed these double standards head-on, refusing to be diminished by societal expectations or reduced to simply a baby mama narrative. Lil Wayne and The Dream, the Nivea Triangle. The story begins in February 2002, when Nivea Hamilton first connected with Lil Wayne after he became captivated by her music video for Don't Mess With My Man. Their connection was immediate and intense, the kind of whirlwind romance that only makes sense when you're young, famous, and convinced you've found your soulmate. By December 11, 2002, Wayne had proposed to Nivea in an elevator, with the singer later recounting in a 2003 Sister to Sister interview, "I know I'm young, but I've been through enough relationships to know and understand the meaning of what love is. But young love is fragile, especially under the pressures of burgeoning rap careers." By August 2003, the engagement had crumbled, with Wayne calling it off due to their youth and the demands of their respective careers. Adding to the heartbreak, Nivea suffered a miscarriage during this period, which she later described in a 2021 interview with Kandi Burruss as absolutely devastating. The emotional fallout from this first engagement would later be referenced in Wayne's 2008 track Something You Forgot, where he reflected on the regret and lost love from their initial relationship. Enter Terrius, The Dream, Nash, the songwriter and producer who would become instrumental in shaping not just Nevaeh's music, but her personal life as well. In 2003, while collaborating on her album Complicated, their professional relationship evolved into something romantic. What started as a rebound turned into something more substantial, and by December 2004, The Dream and Nivea were married. The union was prolific in more ways than one. Nivea gave birth to daughter Navy Talia Nash on May 10, 2005, followed by twin sons London and Christian Nash in April 2006. 3 children in just over a year. It was a whirlwind of diapers, sleepless nights, and the constant juggling act of 2 young artists trying to maintain their careers while building a family. The strain proved too much. By December 2007, The Dream filed for separation, with the divorce finalized in June 2008. In interviews, The Dream has been candid about his reasons. "I decided to end it because I didn't want to take this person and treat them a certain way based on me changing." Nevaeh, however, countered that the split wasn't as mutual as he portrayed, expressing surprise and hurt, but emphasizing that there was no infidelity involved. What happened next reads like something straight out of a soap opera. Post-divorce, Nevaeh reconnected with Lily. Wayne in early 2008, reigniting the flame that had burned so brightly years earlier. By June 2009, rumors of a second engagement had surfaced, confirmed alongside news of Nivea's pregnancy. Their son, Neil Carter, who now performs as Lil Novi, was born on November 30th, 2009. But history, as they say, has a tendency to repeat itself. The couple's second engagement ended in June 2010, while Wayne was incarcerated on weapons charges. Adding to the complexity, during Nivea's pregnancy, Wayne had fathered another son with actress Lauren London, born in September 2009. Nivea cited these discoveries as contributing factors to their split, though she stressed the breakup was ultimately amicable. Now, here's where the musical subliminals come into play. The Dream's 2007 album Love Hate featured the track I Love Your Girl, widely interpreted by fans as a subtle boast about winning Nivea from Wayne. Lyrics like "Lil Mama So Hood," "I'm sorry I've got in for your girlfriend" fueled speculation that the song was a veiled diss track. Wayne's response came with Lollipop in 2008, featuring the line, "Shawty say that guy that she with ain't shit," which many interpreted as a retort implying that Nivea preferred Wayne's thug persona over the Dream's sweet R&B crooner image. Adding yet another layer to this already complex narrative, Wayne later dated Christina Milian from 2014-2015, who just happened to be the Dream's ex-wife, married to him from 2009 to 2011. Milian described the relationship as her deepest love in interviews, though it ultimately ended due to conflicting schedules. Fans interpreted this as Wayne's way of winning the rivalry, though both parties have consistently downplayed any intentional retaliation. The truth, however, is far less dramatic than the speculation suggests. In multiple interviews, including appearances on The Breakfast Club and Vlad TV, Nivea has clarified that the songs were creative expressions rather than targeted attacks. No public feuds ensued, no violence erupted, and no careers were derailed by the drama. By 2018, Nivea and Wayne had even collaborated on Dope New Gospel for his album Thaw Carter 5, demonstrating that whatever tensions existed had been resolved. Fast forward to 2023, and both of Nivea's exes supported her appearance on the reality show Queen's Court, where she searched for love. Wayne reportedly told her, "Do your thing, it's going to be a great experience," while The Dream noted, "You're gonna make everyone laugh." This mutual respect and support speaks volumes about how far they've all come from the drama of their youth. Nivea maintains full custody of all 4 children, but praises both fathers' involvement, noting how the kids share strong bonds. As of 2025, there are no recent conflicts or renewed tensions, just 3 adults who've learned to prioritize their children's well-being over past romantic entanglements. Dr. Dre and Suge, Night, the Mitchell Tragedy. When we talk about love triangles in hip-hop that involve actual tragedy rather than just beef, the story of Mitchell, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight stands in a category all its own. This isn't just about romantic rivalry or subliminal diss tracks. This is about documented physical abuse, normalized violence, and the dark underbelly of Death Row Records during its most volatile era.
I think I've been spending so much time talking about abuse, and making this decision to go from this dude.
Michelle Denise Toussaint was just 16 years old in 1987 when she met Dr. Dre while providing vocals for his group World Class Wreckin' Crew. Their romantic involvement started shortly after, eventually evolving into an engagement by 1990. Dre played a pivotal role in launching her career, producing her self-titled debut album on Ruthless Records in 1989. The album achieved gold status, selling over 500,000 copies, with standout tracks like No More Lies peaking at number 7 on the Hot 100. But behind the music industry, success lurked a horrifying reality. Michelle has detailed a 6-year relationship with Dre from approximately 1990 to 1996 that included 5 black eyes, a broken nose requiring surgery, a cracked rib, and even a shooting incident where Dre fired at her, narrowly missing and leaving a bullet lodged in the door. She described the beatings as routine, stating in interviews, "The beatings were, it was a lot. His last wife, I just couldn't do it anymore." What makes Michelle's story particularly heartbreaking is how she initially normalized the abuse due to generational patterns. Her mother and grandmother had experienced similar violence, essentially teaching her that this was just what women endured in relationships. On February 6, 1991, they welcomed son Marcel Young, Michelle's first child, and Dre's 6th. But becoming parents didn't stop the violence or Dre's alleged infidelity, which included engagements to other women. The relationship ended around 1996 amid Dre's departure from Death Row Records, leaving Michelle struggling with addiction as she turned to pills and alcohol to cope with the trauma. Enter Suge Knight, initially as a protector, eventually as another abuser. Knight first intervened by funding Michelle's rehab and even confronting Dre about his treatment of her. Their romantic relationship began around 1999, while Knight was incarcerated, and they married that same year, though the marriage was later deemed invalid as Knight remained legally tied to his ex-wife Sharitha. On November 28, 2002, they welcomed daughter Baylay Knight. Michelle contributed to Death Row projects during this time, but her 1998 album Hung Jury flopped commercially. More troubling, the abuse continued. Knight reportedly slapped her hard enough to dislocate her jaw, requiring hospitalization. Michelle later reflected that she had moved from one cage to another, though she noted Knight's abuse was less frequent than Dre's.
He was gone. Pac was gone. He was next in line to be the king.
And who you think probably held that back?
Suge Knight, man!
They divorced in 2005, and in 2009, Michelle sued Knight for unpaid spousal and child support. The lawsuit added to the mounting legal troubles that would eventually lead to Knight's current 28-year prison sentence for voluntary manslaughter. Michelle's story gained renewed attention with her 2013-2015 appearances on R&B Divas, LA, and her 2016 Lifetime biopic Surviving Compton, Dre, Suji, and Michelle, which dramatized her experiences with both men. The film sparked controversy, particularly when Dre issued a public apology in 2015 to The Women I've Hurt, though Michelle called it insincere, stating she would have preferred a private phone call. The personal drama between Michelle and these two men adds a haunting dimension to the already volatile Dre-Knight rivalry, which escalated after Dre's 1996 departure from Death Row amid financial disputes and violence. Knight accused Dre of orchestrating a 2014 shooting against him, leading to lawsuits seeking millions. While no direct evidence ties the love triangle to specific threats, the overall atmosphere at Death Row included intimidation and what Knight called murder burger incidents, his term for violent confrontations. Sean, Diddy, Combs, and Al B. Sure, the Kim Porter mystery. This isn't just a story about romantic rivalry. It's a narrative shadowed by Porter's untimely death in 2018, officially ruled as natural causes due to lobar pneumonia, yet still surrounded by persistent allegations of foul play from Al B. Sure that have intensified amid Diddy's separate legal troubles. Kim Porter first dated Al B. Sure, Albert Joseph Brown III, starting in 1988, shortly after he was introduced to her by Andre Harrell at one of his his shows. He helped her move from Georgia to New York to pursue modeling, and they married in 1989. Their son, Quincy Brown, was born on June 4th, 1991, but the marriage ended shortly after, amid the pressures of Al B. Sure's rising R&B career. Porter's relationship with Sean Diddy Combs began around 1994, marking the start of a tumultuous 13-year on-and-off romance that would produce 3 children and countless tabloid headlines. They had their first son, Christian Casey Combs, on April 4th, 1998. The couple broke up in 1999 amid infidelity rumors, but reconciled in 2003 and welcomed twin daughters Delilah Starr and Jesse James on December 21st, 2006. Diddy also informally adopted Quincy during this time, changing his last name temporarily, a move that Al B. Sure later disputed and resented. The relationship ended permanently in 2007 due to ongoing issues, though they maintained what appeared to be an amicable co-parenting relationship until Porter's death. When Porter was found unresponsive in her Toluca Lake home on November 15, 2018, and pronounced dead at 11:40 a.m., the entertainment world mourned the loss of a beloved figure. The initial autopsy deferred the cause pending further testing, but it was ultimately determined as lobar pneumonia, a severe lung infection, with the manner ruled natural on January 25, 2019. She had reported flu-like symptoms in the days prior, and no toxicology issues were noted. For most, this would be a tragic but straightforward case of someone succumbing to a serious illness, but Al B. Sure has publicly and vehemently disputed this conclusion, setting off a firestorm of conspiracy theories and allegations. Following Diddy's September 2024 arrest on unrelated charges, Al B. Sure intensified his claims, posting on Instagram calling Porter's death a tragic murder and dismissing a purported memoir as fake. Jay-Z and Nas, the Carmen Bryan catalyst. If there's one love triangle in hip-hop that elevated itself from personal drama to legendary artistic warfare, it's the entanglement involving Jay-Z, Nas, and Carmen Bryan. This wasn't just about 2 men fighting over a woman. It became the catalyst for some of the most vicious diss tracks in rap history, with Takeover and Ether setting the gold standard for lyrical combat that still resonates today. Carmen Bryan was in a long-term, on-and-off relationship with Nas since the early 1990s, and in 1994, they welcomed daughter Destiny Jones. Their relationship was characterized by the typical struggles of young people trying to build something stable while navigating the pressures of the music industry, arguments, separations, reconciliations, and the constant push and pull of 2 strong personalities. Bryan first met Jay-Z shortly after the release of his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, in 1996, introduced through mutual friends at a party. At the time, she was navigating yet another rocky period with Nas. Jay-Z made an impression. She described him in her memoir as very warm and extremely humble, with a wonderful sense of humor, and wise beyond his years. Their initial interaction remained platonic, but there was clearly chemistry brewing beneath the surface. After a group dinner, they ended up at a friend's house where Bryan fell asleep on the couch. She awoke to Jay-Z kissing her, describing his lips as soft and luscious, and feeling herself melt into him. However, when his hands began to roam, she maintained boundaries, halting further advances. But Jay-Z was persistent, and about a year later, around 1996-1997, he directly expressed his intentions. Bryan, then 26, wanted to ensure his motives were genuine before proceeding. Their first intimate encounter was intense. She detailed in her 2006 memoir, It's No Secret, how they started kissing passionately, moved to his bedroom, and she insisted on condom use, writing, "When he leaned in, I suggested immediately that he get a condom. Don't move and I mean it," he said, as he dashed into the walk-in closet. When he returned, that's when the lovemaking began. What followed was an affair that lasted approximately 9 years, from 1995 to 2004, conducted largely in secret and overlapping, with Bryan's continued entanglement with Nas. Jay-Z was fully aware of her daughter with Nas, adding layers of betrayal to the situation. A pivotal moment came around 1999 when Bryan became pregnant with Jay-Z's child.
At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this is before the whole
This
thing.
is, yeah.
In her 2017 Vlad TV interview, she described it as accidental and early stage.
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was still early.
Exactly, yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned.
Bryan had been intimate with multiple partners, including Nas and basketball player Allen Iverson, but confirmed the child was Jay-Z's based on timing. She suffered a miscarriage shortly after discovering the pregnancy and chose not to inform Jay-Z until afterward.
When you told Jay that you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
I told him after the fact.
Oh, you told him after?
I told him
your
after
miscarriage.
the
Okay,
fact.
so he didn't even know.
No, And I told him after the fact.
By 1999, after Jay-Z's collaboration with Memphis Bleek on Is That Your Chick, a song explicitly about seducing a rival's partner, Brian confessed the affair to Nas in a late-night phone call, saying, "Nas, it's true, the rumors are true. I have been seeing Jay-Z." The confession strained her relationships with both men, but the affair continued sporadically until 2004, when Brian felt disgusted by Jay-Z's public revelations in his music. The beef between Jay-Z and Nas had been brewing since the mid-1990s, with subtle musical jabs and competition for New York hip-hop supremacy. But the affair with Brian turned it nuclear. In 2001, Jay-Z released Take Over on the Blueprint, alluding to sleeping with Nas's partner. Because you know who did you know what with you know who, but just keep that between me and you.
So, Take Over comes out. And you're saying that what? Nas and Jay were already sort of communicating with each other in a way?
The beef was already brewing.
Brian confronted Jay-Z, urging him to chill out and view the conflict as an opportunity for growth.
I said, listen, because again, I was evolving spiritually. I said, right now, we are experiencing opportunities to become better people. We have to start making choices.
She also advised Nas to consolidate his response into one powerful track, sharing intimate details about her affair with Jay-Z to inform his lyrics.
And I told Nas, this is your opportunity to do whatever you need to do, but you have to do it all in one song. Like all of this subliminal, drop and mix, just rock this nigga.
The result was Ether, widely considered one of the most devastating diss tracks in hip-hop history, though it avoided naming Brian directly. Jay-Z retaliated with Super Ugly, explicitly referencing the affair with claims of sex in a Bentley and leaving condoms in Brian's vehicle. Brian dismissed these details as exaggerated or false, noting that her daughter was 8 to 9 years old at the time, and Jay-Z had never been in their vehicles. She called it a sucker move and an emotional reaction to an ass whooping, revealing that Jay-Z later regretted the track. The beef de-escalated in 2005 at Jay-Z's I Declare War concert, where the two performed together, declaring peace. Nas later signed to Def Jam under Jay-Z's presidency, and they collaborated on Black Republican in 2006. Wiz Khalifa and Kanye West, the Amber Rose overlap. Amber Rose, born Amber Levenchuk, first caught Kanye West's eye in 2008 through her appearance in Ludacris's What Them Girls Like music video. Kanye, fresh off his engagement breakup with Alexis Pfeiffer, pursued her aggressively. Their relationship went public at events like the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, where they famously sipped Hennessy on the red carpet, moments before Kanye's infamous Taylor Swift interruption. The couple dated for about 2 years, but they split in July 2010, amid Kanye's intense focus on his album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Post-breakup, Kanye referenced her in songs like Cold, 2012, where he rapped about her moving on, and I'll admit, I had fell in love with Kim around the same time she had fell in love with him. Wiz Khalifa and Amber Rose's relationship began in early 2011, mere months after her split from Kanye. Wiz has credited social media for sparking their connection, sliding into her DMs on Twitter with a compliment about her bomb-ass bald head, leading to their first date. By March 2012, Wiz proposed with a massive oval-cut diamond ring, announcing it on social media. She said yes. Their son, Sebastian Taylor Thomas, nicknamed Bash, arrived on February 21st, 2013, with Wiz live tweeting the birth and cutting the umbilical cord. The couple married in a private courthouse ceremony on July 8, 2013, followed by a larger celebration. However, strains emerged, including rumors of Wiz's infidelity with alleged texts and photos involving other women from 2012 onward. Amber filed for divorce in September 2014, citing irreconcilable differences and seeking full custody of Sebastian. They settled in June 2016, agreeing to joint custody with Wiz paying $1 million in spousal support per their prenup. But before the divorce was even finalized, the situation exploded publicly. The 2016 Twitter beef erupted on January 27th when Wiz critiqued Kanye's decision to rename his album from Swish to Waves, associating it with rapper Max B's influence. Wiz tweeted, "Max B is the wavy one. He created created the wave, there is no wave without him. When Wiz followed up with a tweet about Kaka, referring to his weed strain, Khalifa Kush, Kanye misinterpreted it as a jab at Kim Kardashian. What followed was an epic 30-plus tweet rant, later deleted, where Kanye targeted Wiz personally. Wiz clarified the misunderstanding. KK is weed fool. Reasons why you're not wavy. Go back to Swish. But the damage was done. Amber Rose jumped into the fray with a now iconic NSFW tweet. Oh, a Kanye West, are you mad I'm not around to play in your asshole anymore? Fingers in the booty ass bitch. An explicit allegation that shut down Kanye's narrative and went instantly viral. The aftermath was surprisingly swift. On January 28th, Kanye tweeted an apology. I'm sorry for the delayed response. I was busy with my family. I appreciate Wiz speaking his mind. They met in person on February 2nd, with Kris Jenner hosting, and posed for photos shared by Amber and Kim, signaling peace. Kanye changed his album title to The Life of Pablo shortly after. Travis Scott and Tyga, the Kylie Jenner transition. In the world of celebrity relationships, few transitions have been as swift or as scrutinized as Kylie Jenner's move from Tyga to Travis Scott in April 2017. What started as tabloid speculation evolved into a low-key but persistent rivalry between two rappers, punctuated by subtle musical shades, social media trolling, and eventually a physical altercation at Cannes in 2024 that brought their simmering tensions to a violent head. Tyga, Michael Ray Nguyen Stevenson, and Kylie Jenner first sparked dating rumors in late 2014. Following his performance at her sister Kendall's birthday party. At the time, Jenner was 17 and Tyga was 25, leading to widespread criticism over the age gap and allegations of grooming. Their relationship became official around August 2015, shortly after Jenner's 18th birthday, and was marked by on and off periods, lavish gifts like a Ferrari, and constant paparazzi attention. The relationship ended definitively in April 2017 amid reports of trust issues and differing priorities. Within days, Travis Scott, Jacques Bermond Webster II, entered the picture, meeting Jenner at Coachella in April 2017. The romance moved at lightning speed. Jenner joined Scott on tour and conceived their first child, Stormy Webster, soon after. Stormy was born on February 1st, 2018, followed by son Air, originally named Wolf, on February 2nd, 2022. A resurfaced video from August 2017 showed Tyga and Jenner holding hands, suggesting possible lingering connections while she was with Scott, fueling rumors of overlap, though nothing was definitively confirmed as infidelity. The musical shades began almost immediately. In July 2017, Tyga released his album, Bitch I'm the Shit Too, which included uncredited ad-libs from Scott on the track, Chandeliers. Some interpreted this as intentional trolling, with Tyga sampling Scott's signature, Straight Up, and It's Lit to mock him amid the relationship transition. By November 2017, Tyga appeared to diss Jenner in A Wit Money, rapping about being better off alone and hinting at a sex tape from a Cannes trip. I'm a with money, I'm a with money, and I don't need that BAH. Sources close to Jenner said she viewed it as pathetic, but was unfazed, focusing instead on her pregnancy with Scott's child. The rivalry gained external amplification in January 2019, when Soulja Boy, amid his own feud with Tyga, praised Scott for taking Jenner. I love Travis Scott. He took Tyga's bitch. I love that nah. This positioned Scott as the winner in the love triangle, escalating public perception of the beef. Later that year, in October 2019, Tyga trolled Scott on social media by posting sneakers with a caption referencing sicko mode lyrics. You going to Jamba Juice? Fans immediately caught the shade, with comments flooding in about the indirect diss. The situation reached its boiling point on May 24th, 2024, at Richie Akiva's The After Party during the Cannes Film Festival. The incident began around 5 a.m. when host Akiva shouted out both Tyga and Scott together. Scott, reportedly upset at being lumped in with Tyga, possibly due to their shared ex, snatched the microphone and threw it down. Alexander A.E. Edwards, Tyga's friend and Cher's boyfriend, confronted Scott, leading to swings being exchanged between them and producer Southside, aligned with Scott. Video footage showed chaotic scuffles, with Scott pulling Edwards off Southside and nearly falling off the stage. Scott allegedly shouted threats at Tyga's security, including slurs and "y'all N-word wanna die?" Security intervened quickly, preventing serious injuries. Scott and Southside left immediately, while Tyga and Edwards stayed. Insiders described Scott as the aggressor, appearing neurotic and erratic, and clarified that while Jenner wasn't the direct cause, their history likely contributed to underlying resentment. Tyga wasn't directly involved in the fighting, but was present.